Hi.
Hey, what's going on?
How you doing?
Good,
So
good.
good, so good, so good to have you. Thank you for being here. I'm excited. I'm telling you, when it comes to my people, I am always ready this to come. I don't care what time of the day. We need to have these discussions. You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely.
So I would like for you to please tell the people a little about who you are, where you from, and what it is that you do.
Okay, my name is Nell Jones. I am CEO and founder of the Alignment Chapter Corporation. That's the Alignment Chapter with two L's. We're a 501c3 nonprofit organization based in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, but we serve over 45 states and 128 communities. We
Woo!
provide same day emergency essentials to single mothers in need of our support. And we also provide a free financial literacy course to help moms get on track with their finances, to gain some literacy so they can get out of poverty and just go into greatness. I'm
Mm.
also a motivational public speaker for single moms, an advocate and phenomenal woman empowerment groups, brunches, and also schools. I do a lot of public speaking at high schools to encourage our youth. So I'm overall the Black woman who represents every Black woman and every single mom who looks just like you from your community. That's who Nell Jones is.
You
And I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
you better. You better. Oh man. I love that. So let's kind of just dive in, and I think we all have our own stories where we
Yes.
all had something that from in order to get here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you can share with the viewers a little bit about what you had to endure
Yeah.
before you got here.
Okay. So growing up, I grew up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and everybody knows Pittsburgh by the Steelers, right? Oh, the Steel City, the Steelers. Okay, what you all don't know is every city has a ghetto. Okay,
Come
every
on.
city has poverty. Every city has issues, and I grew up in one of the poorest communities in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I grew up in Homewood, Rushden.
Mm.
I was raised by a single mother. And she was a beautician. My mom did her thing. She was the kitchen hair doer. She was the lady on the block that did the hair.
Yes.
And I was not educated. My father was a drug addict. At a young
Wow.
age. My father just passed away last month. Due to
I'm
a
so
drug,
sorry.
yeah, due to a drug overdose. And this is actually the first time I'm publicly speaking about it. I haven't even spoke about it on my podcast.
Yeah.
This is the first time I'm publicly speaking about it. Yes, he died from a drug overdose. So in the same community where I was born and raised in,
Yeah.
ironically. And I wasn't taught about financial literacy, and I became a mom when I was a freshman in college. And being a freshman in college, you know what they teach us. When you Black and you born into poverty, if you go to college, you'll make it. You'll be the next doctor, the next
Mm-hmm.
millionaire. They don't tell you about financial aid and all the other stuff that come along with it and everything else like that. They don't spill that tea on you. So,
I
I
agree.
was illiterate when it came to paying my bills and making sure food was in the house, making sure I
Yeah.
had to budget for bus fare. And, at that time, I was not really active in my child's life to me because, like, I had to go to school full time and I worked full time. So
Yeah.
I would literally be up at like 4:30, dropping her off at her sitter by 7, catching a bus to drop her off at her sitter, getting right back on the bus, catching the bus downtown to get to school by 8. I had to be to class by 8. I was done with class by 1:30. So I had to catch the bus
Wow.
to go all the way to work. I worked as a housekeeper, at a
Mm-hmm.
hospital. So I worked from 3 to 11 p.m.
Yeah.
So by the time I got done with work, I'll have to go pick her up. It'll be midnight. And I'll
Mm.
get home by 1. I have to start all over again.
Yeah.
So just
Yeah.
imagine being a first time mom and trying to do what you have to do as far as keeping bills and everything paid and not being able to budget wise, not being able, I'm working a minimum wage job. It's like
Yeah.
modern day slavery. I was just
Yeah.
out here getting it, trying. And one time I remember I didn't get paid until that Friday, but my lights was
Wow.
due to be shut off that Monday.
Mm.
So I was like, oh gosh, please let me just let them keep my lights on until Friday. But nope. I remember that Friday, they definitely shut my lights off, and I had a midterm on Monday, and I was studying in the dark, hold my baby, feeding her, with my light, using my little flip phone,
Yeah.
trying to get it. And I remember always saying, when I come up out of this, I want to be that hero that I didn't have. Like, I want to be
Yeah.
that person that helps women who were in my situation and overcome those things.
Yeah.
I was so poor. I was broke. I was struggling. I had no idea how to maintain. And then I just started Googling how to save money. So
Yeah.
I started developing this couponing habit. And when I started hoarding stuff, I started giving it away. And I never said, let me, dive into my purpose. I went to school for so many things, but I never was passionate about it. It wasn't
Yeah.
something that drove me. It was like, okay, it's to make money. But when you really dive into something that you're passionate about and you want to, do what you really want to do,
Mm-hmm.
and you're hungry for it and you live for it, and it comes,
Yeah.
you get blessed so abundantly. And I started the alignment chapter back in 2019. And when I say we grew nationally, probably in like 6 months, we literally grew nationally in 6 months. And
Wow.
we were on the Ellen DeGeneres show. We were recognized in Forbes magazine.
Nice.
I was nominated for the Essential Hero for the Essence Festival. Things happened that fast. And during
Yeah.
COVID-19, we saved over 2,000 moms' lives by making sure they had same-day emergency essentials during
Yeah.
the pandemic. And that's why I started the alignment chapter, because it was something that I always wanted to do to help moms. So that's
Yeah.
just a little bit of my background story.
So I know you skipped this a little bit, but I want to kind of go just back just a little some before we kind of got to the alignment chapter. You were saying that you were in home and your lights were out. You had to use a flip phone. For you,
Yes.
was that the underlying moment, or what was that moment where you were like, I'm not living like this anymore. I can't live like this anymore. I need to change my life and go into a new direction. What was that moment for you?
That was definitely that moment. Like, that was real to me. Like,
Mm,
imagine holding a baby with a bottle and a flip phone and a psychology, your psychology book,
yeah,
reading in the
yeah,
dark with candles, with two little candles lit. You live on your own, and you're looking around like, wow, is this what I want to keep doing? Like,
mm,
is this my life? Like, is
right,
this really me right now? Like, and that was that moment for me. That moment where I said, I can't do this. And it was that moment too where I started having that mental decline, that self-doubt, like, she's better off without me, because
mm,
unfortunately it's probably like I can't give her what she needs, or
yeah,
maybe I'm better. I'm better off not being her mom. Like, those things happen, and that's real. Those
yeah,
are the things that make moms go to drugs, make moms
yeah,
do illegal activities and get in trouble and get caught up in a system and be another statistic.
yeah,
Those are the things that happen. It's that mental decline. And yes, you're right. That right there for me said, this is it for me. Like, I cannot
mm,
do like this.
yeah. And it's sad, and I think this is something that happens across the board. I know right now we're in a space where people are taking their own actions to learn more about it. But you said something that was so profound. Financial literacy is not being taught in schools like it should be. It should start in elementary school,
Yes.
right? Like, you shouldn't be paying thousands of dollars to learn how to spend your money. You
Yes.
understand what I'm saying? Like, we need to take back those things and start learning about them, because they're not being taught to us. You know
At
what I mean?
all.
So for you, having to Google these things and learning about financial, because we're the same on that page.
Yes.
I had to learn how to do it myself, right? Because
Yes.
we're good at spending it. We're
Mm-hmm.
good at it's out of our pockets, in our minds,
Yes.
before it even hits our bank accounts.
Yes.
So for you, what did you learn about yourself in the midst of learning about financial literacy, and what compelled you to be like, okay, I got to take my life back here and hold myself accountable to these things?
You know what happened to me? When I started Googling stuff, and I realized that couponing all I had to do, for real, I started couponing. So I started Googling savings. What I actually Googled, y'all, no lie, how do millionaires stay rich?
Come on. You better. Why not?
Right?
Right?
How do millionaires stay rich? So I remember the first thing coming up is savings bonds, investments, real estate, stocks, savings, savings. And I'm looking up savings. I'm like, all right, I don't have no money to open up a Roth account. Okay, CDL, that's out of the picture. Okay,
Yeah.
I do have a 401k with this little minimum wage job I'm working. Okay, I checked that off. And it said I have to invest in stocks. So I started researching stocks. It was just too much for me at the moment. So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I can't do that. So then I Googled how to save money, right? The other thing that came up was couponing. That was the first thing that came up to me. So couponing, I researched how to coupon, and all coupon is reading the fine print. Reading the fine print, knowing when the sales are, getting that stuff for literally 50 cents to nothing, saving it, stockpiling it up,
Yeah.
and possibly selling it in bulk to do, to make money. Let's
Yeah.
be real.
Yeah.
I would literally, I had, because I worked as a housekeeper, I would literally have nurses come to me every month with every month they'll give me $50. They'll give me $50 and I'll make sure they were stocked up for the whole month.
Wow.
$50. I would make sure they were stocked up for the whole month because I became so good at couponing. Because I became so good at couponing, y'all, it saved my life. I literally, when it said savings, y'all, I realized when I started budgeting, I wrote out my budget. When it said first thing you do is write out how much you spend a month. When I wrote out how much money I was spending on diapers, baby wipes, pads, cleaning products, even dishwashing liquid, stuff like that, because I'm clean. Like, when I realized how much money, I literally was saving $350 a month. $350. I'll never forget. It was actually 348.58. I'll never forget it. I was saving that much a month from couponing. So when I realized that I could save that much a month from couponing, I start saving my own life.
Come on.
I start putting money to this. Like, I literally was so scared because, everybody knows when you broke, you never want to go broke again. You never, when you get a chance to save at least $300, that's a lot to us.
Right.
So when I started saving that money and I kept stockpiling stuff and I knew there was other women out here like me who needed it, I would literally have my daughter and my Hornets giving out bags at the bus stop. They didn't even have to give me $50. But I knew the doctors and the nurses who had $50, you gonna give me $50 because
that's right.
That's gonna add up to my savings. Listen, I didn't have to worry about my book fee not being paid. I didn't have to worry about I didn't have no furniture. I literally saved up enough to buy myself some furniture and still had at least $2,000 set to the side. That's a lot of money.
It is.
Come on.
Really is. It really is.
And when I say, if I teach the moms to do this now, they'll realize, like, oh my gosh, how much money you can save in 1 year and how you can just get that glow up and get out of that poverty mindset. Like you said, our money is gone before it comes.
Yeah.
But imagine always having money and not having to check your bank account while you're in the checkout line. Okay? That's the real success. When you don't have to check your bank account in that checkout line, you don't have to check your bank account before you go do something. That's where you know, oh my gosh, I developed this crazy method of saving. And that's what I did. When I Googled couponing, I'm telling you, it saved my life. It really did.
And I think a lot of us, and some people, it's just unfortunate, but a lot of us, especially our race, our culture, we are so reactive instead of proactive when it comes to finances, right? We wait until we don't have anything, and then we're like, well, I shouldn't have bought this bag, or I shouldn't have bought this TV, or I should have said, and it's like, no, stop saying that and start making those changes. Like only we can do it.
You know what I mean? Like, sacrifice, y'all. I literally walked around in my housekeeping uniform for like 5 months. I wasn't worried about buying me no shoes. I wasn't worried about buying me no clothes. I was worried about never having my light shut off again. That was
Come on.
the worst time of my life.
Yeah.
Having my light shut off. I didn't have nobody to run to. I didn't have nobody to run to. My family was in poverty. What they going to do with 2 extra mouths?
Right.
So, you know, you either break down or you boss up.
Yep.
You know, I broke down for 2 minutes, but shoot, I had to wipe them tears because them lights had to come back on.
Right. Somebody got to do it. You know what I mean? Somebody got to do it. So let's talk about the Alliance chapter, right? So where did the idea come from? I know you stated that you were giving away these items and things to people that were in the same predicament as you. So when did you get the light bulb? And was like, you know what? I can make this a community. You know what I mean? Like, we can all teach each other something that can eventually teach others.
So what happened was I kept seeing different things happening. Like, you know, community activists that, you know, are activating against police brutality, but not really activating as in save our community, as in save the problem. Okay?
Yeah.
We have a problem. And majority of the low-income community consists of single mothers. Okay?
Yep.
And the problem with single mothers is they don't have the free resources that they need to withstand and save and get out of poverty. How many free financial literacy courses do you see available in low-income communities? Not a lot.
Right, you barely see any.
Barely any. How many free household essentials, baby diapers, baby wipes, baby formula, lotion, feminine hygiene, how many of those do you see in any low-income community? Not a lot, right? And I remember how I felt. Again, I told you my mental was going.
Yeah.
I was struggling every day. So in 2019, it was the summer of 2019, there was a mom that was on a Hunstead Grace Bridge. Her 4 kids was in the car. And she got out. This is in the middle of rush hour traffic. Walked over and jumped off the bridge while they was sitting there screaming and crying.
Oh, my God.
And it wasn't because she had a problem or no. Her family said she was struggling to take care of them kids. And I was like, that's it. I need to start my nonprofit.
Yeah.
I'm not happy at my job. I hate my job already. I went to school. I hate it. I can't stand it. I might as well just say, God, if this is what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go and do it. I applied for my 501c3. It got approved in November of 2019, and I was on go. I already had coupon moms lined up like, look, I need some of this, I need some of that. Like, I had coupon moms in my area dropping off diapers, wipes, hygiene, anything, everything. They were dropping off all type of stuff to me. And I had all this in my basement, y'all. I had $1 in a dream. You hear me? Clearly. I had $0 to fund this, but I had $1 and I had a dream. And I had social media.
Yeah.
And I just went on and was like, hey, anybody who needs these products, anybody needs this. I integrated, I Googled and I read, okay, how to, start a nonprofit, how to develop the web application where they can go on and send your stuff. I did all of that myself, y'all. All you need is $1 in a dream.
Come on.
And when I start showing how we were delivering, I had volunteers wanting, hey, I'll volunteer. Oh, I love this mission. If you're passionate about your mission and your purpose, I don't care if nobody watches your live. I don't care if nobody comments on your post. They see you.
Come on.
They see you. And when people start seeing what I was doing, and literally, y'all, COVID hit in February. Remember, I started November 2019. I started my business.
Yes.
COVID hit in February. I got
2020,
slammed to the point where I wasn't quarantined. Everybody was quarantined but me. And by the grace of God, I never caught COVID-19.
Come on. Come on.
Never caught COVID-19. Not one time. And I was out here every day with my kids in the back. Okay? Dropping off boxes.
Yeah.
The shelves was clear. I was out every day with my volunteer, my army, I call them my lifesavers, out, getting it, driving around, dropping off boxes, mailing boxes out. had to figure out how we could melon out from USPS because they would shut down. We had to figure all that out.
Yeah.
Doing it. And we didn't get one grant, y'all.
Wow.
Not one. We didn't get one grant. You know what we got? People who supported our mission and went on and donated to save a life. That's all they did. And still to this day, the Alignment Chapter probably got 5 small grants.
You know, your story gives me chills because a lot of people, especially in those times, right? COVID hit and it changed across the board. Everybody was affected. And this coming from somebody who has already struggled yourself, it would have been like, God, what's up? You know what I mean? Like, what is it me? You know what I mean? Right. Like, come on. Wait. You know what you didn't give up on yourself. You didn't give up on your dream, but you also didn't give up on mothers who needed you. They needed you. You know what I mean? And that's so, so big. So when you think about the ultimate goal, right? And I think for me, the goal is always within the journey. But when you think about the ultimate goal, where do you see the Alignment Chapter going?
I want to see the Alignment Chapter bigger than United Way. You know why? Because I feel like the Alignment Chapter can unite a lot of Black and minority nonprofit organizations that aims to stop and help the problem. The real problem and the roots to our communities is the financial literacy, the violence, helping single moms, helping give those free resources that is needed. Okay, we got food banks. Okay, we got this. But there's so many amazing nonprofits that's really out here struggling, trying to make a difference. I mean, in the community, literally in the community every day, trying to make a difference. I see the Alignment Chapter in 51 states.
Come on.
Every community, helping every mom. And I think, you know, now what I'm working on now is I want to get a group of women together to help women grow and get connected in business. You know, that's the big thing I'm working on now, because a lot of people don't offer help in helping people start their business and establish their business, establish a dream. Think about it.
It's so true. It's
you
so
know,
true.
Hey, if I can get, you know, I can pay the people to come help the women do it. And if you qualify for this program and you show that you're ready to start your business and get your abundance, I want you to get into this program. So I'm trying to integrate that now within the Alignment Chapter. And that's where I see us. Like, I see us growing and expanding and just helping people get their abundance, because I want everybody to feel that greatness. You deserve it. Like, you know, one life to live. We all deserve that. Mom, I made it moment. Like, you know, everybody deserves that.
That is so, so true. When I think about business, right, and the business model, there are so many things that you can kind of like lean into and jump into. Why did you choose nonprofit?
Well, nonprofit to me is, I get it from my great-grandma. My great-grandma just passed away in 2020. And imagine y'all, while I was doing all of this, while I was saving lives and running around, I lost my entire intermediate family in 1 year. Okay? Let me tell you about the power behind the woman that comes from poverty, okay? The strength. I lost my entire intermediate family while I was saving the world. And nobody never did. You wouldn't even be able to tell. You know, my great-grandmother passed away. She was 91 years old. She's from Bessemer, Alabama. And she was a big giver. She always gave back to the community. Like, she was a maid for a white woman for years. Her name was Miss McGee. And I always said, Grandma, you know, she would take the whole family to like Six Flags and Disney World and Canada. I mean, on like our whole family. And I'm like, I was like, man, how she got all this money? You know how you thinking like, where's money coming from? But you know, think about it. And she said, baby, I gave to y'all so much. I always was so blessed. And I never looked at it until I got older, right? And so I started taking life for granted and making stupid mistakes. We all mess up, and you know, And I always still watched her give back, and I always watched her live a peaceful, comfortable life. She
Yeah.
died very peacefully, and she everything was set.
Yeah.
And I feel good when I give to somebody and they break down in tears and say I needed it. You
Mm-hmm.
know how you get on a roller coaster and you get that adrenaline rush, you want to keep
Yeah.
doing it?
Yes. Yes.
That's me when I give back to somebody, and it makes me feel good.
Mm.
So when you do something that makes you feel good down in your soul, you know that's your purpose. I can get out
Yeah.
here and sell shoes, I can sell makeup, I can sell weave. I don't want to do that. I want to give back for the rest of my life. I
Come
want to
on.
change lives for the rest of my life. I want to nourish the soul and help women forever. You see people
Yes.
talk about it. No, I really am about it. Like, that's what I love to do. That's my thing. Everybody
Yeah.
got their thing. That's my thing. My thing is saving lives and helping women. That's why I chose nonprofit. Because if that's what I like to do, why not do it in a nonprofit field? Why not?
Yeah.
Why not
Yeah.
give it? Hey, you see Oprah giving cars away, you know? Like, I want to be like Oprah. Like, I
Come
want to be
on.
like, you get a house, and you get a house, and you get a car, and you get
You know, I know for me, like, I have so many reasons behind what I do, right? My platform is all of the things. But for me, the most fulfilling part is being able to hear these stories, right? Like, I'm sitting here in full blown chills because it could have been a whole nother way, right? You,
yeah.
you you shared the story about the lady who jumped off the bridge. Life could have been a whole different way for you,
Mm-hmm.
but you sought to stick it out. Like, you knew that there was something more than what you were going through in that moment, through that circumstance, and you've allowed your light to shine,
Mm-hmm.
even when it may not have been shining back at you.
Yeah.
You were allowing your light. So for you, dealing with these mothers and these women, and I know you also help men as well, and fathers.
Mm-hmm.
What is the most fulfilling part in what you do now?
The most fulfilling part is really seeing women grow into success. I
Mm.
mean, I've seen so many moms. I had a mom um, before COVID-19 came. She just got out the shelter, right? Moved
Yeah.
into her first house, right? She got pregnant. Again, mind you, she already got 2 kids.
Mm-hmm.
She pregnant with another one. Baby daddy just went to jail. All she know is the system and him helping her out, right?
Yeah.
She came to me and she was like, I want to learn. I'm not literate. All I know is him helping me and me doing this, and this is why I'm like this. I said, okay, let's do this. She came in a financial literacy program. We helped her write her resume. Okay, she got her little customer service job in collections. She told me, oh, I hate this job. The manager's mean. I said, let me tell you something. If this is not what your end game is, and this is not what you want to do, go
Yeah.
to school online, right?
Yep.
She was like, I really want to be a nurse. Okay. She started going to school online, even though she hated her collections job, honey. She hated it.
Yeah.
It was an at-home job. She was the kid. She hated that collection job, and I kept coaching her every Sunday. You got this. I know you're ready to give up. Don't give up. You got it.
Yeah.
Then she said, okay, Miss Ray, I'm getting my income tax. What should I do? She's like, now I want to start this business, and I want to do this. I said, all right, let's think about it. Do you have furniture? She said, yeah and no. I said, you went this long without having furniture. Be smart, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Put that money to the side, okay? Put your money to the side until you think about what you really want to do. So she
Yeah.
opened up a savings bonds account,
Mm-hmm.
right? And she was able to tap into her 401k to keep contributing to that savings bonds account. So by the time she left her job, mind you, she graduated, okay? She's
Yes.
now a nurse practitioner, all right? She's a nurse practitioner. She got her
Let's
degree after the
go.
pandemic. She got her degree. She left that job. She was able to take that money with her. So because she took that money with her, she got out the project. She was living in the worst project. She got
Mm.
up out of the projects, y'all. She found her a nice house for rent, not Section 8. She found her a nice house for rent. She started her career as a nurse practitioner, and I literally just talked to her 2 months ago. She's in the process of buying her house. She's in the process of buying her house. She was just living in the projects with nothing, pregnant, had no idea where life was going to go for her. And all it took was for me to be like, all right, here, this is what you need to do. Imagine if it's how many women do that for another woman.
Yep.
What difference can that make in their life? Do you see how good that made me feel? This girl left a shelter with a baby and kids and had no idea. She's a nurse practitioner. She got her degree through the pandemic, through all that.
Come on.
Through all that. And she
Come
had
on.
said to me, oh, I really want to. I said, girl, I'm telling you, if you save that money and you sacrifice, you're going to sleep on that box spring and mattress for a minute.
That's right.
Let me tell you something. It's going to hurt right now, but in the future, it's going to feel real good when you ain't got to ask nobody for nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
And y'all, when I say I'm so proud of her, I'm so freaking proud of her. Like, not even that. She took her health into consideration. She started feeling more confident about herself. She started working out on her own, losing weight. You know, because when you in poverty, all you know is pork. Let me eat some chips, let me do this.
That's right. Because the mentality is for
her mental changed.
Yeah.
You need a mentor. You need somebody in your ear pushing you into your abundance. That's what
right.
I like to see. That's just a story, one story for me. That's one out of many stories for me to show you that your impact can go a long way if you try. If you try just this much.
That's right.
Give somebody this much, just this much.
Come on. Come on. And I think a lot of times, you know, what we forget is that at the end of the day, we are vessels to build the kingdom bigger than ourselves. And the moment we realize that our lives do not belong to us, they belong to building the kingdom and allowing other people to see Christ in us and the love and the joy and, like you said, the passion and the calling and what it is that they're supposed to be doing through us, then we're doing our job, whether it be one person or 5,000 people, right? And I just thank you, because a lot of times people are always looking for the something back, right? So I did this for this lady or this man, so when is it my turn? And it's like, you don't see it, right? You don't see what you're doing right now. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't mean that you're getting the abundance that you're going to receive is bigger than what you're having here on earth. Right. So we thank you, people like you who just do from here, not here, but from here, because it's a bigger reward, you know? So let's talk about your podcast. Yes. So what I love about this is it didn't stop with you just doing the things in the neighborhood. Now you have a whole bigger platform where people all over the world can share their stories and network and commune. Talk about it.
Oh my gosh, the podcast. So the podcast started so women can tell their stories and also get inspired by women who were just like them that gained their abundance. I had women who have been through. I had a girl. She was a shooting victim in Walmart. Okay.
Wow.
Not only that, but she was a mom. Okay. She's a mom of 3 beautiful children, and she did some wild stuff. And y'all gonna have to tune into the Nell Jones podcast to listen to that story. She went to Walmart with her friend. Her friend went there to fight. She had no idea until she got there with the friend, and the friend's like, the girl's here who I want to fight. Let's fight her.
Wow.
They got fighting and jumping on the girl. The girl pulled the gun out and shot her. She's let her floor bleeding out. The friend left her. She almost died. And after that, that made her change her life around. She started Stop the Violence Block Party. She started her doing here on her own. She started trying to motivate women to get better and stop fighting each other and being catty over small things. I mean, the podcast is really to move and shape all type of women. I just had my last podcast I did was with Daisy. She is the Caribbean gal, honey. She makes all types of seasonings. She sells out in minutes. You hear me? A mom, she sells out in minutes. That means she's up there, y'all. She probably almost a half meal. If you sell out in minutes, the way she sells out, y'all, and she's from Brooklyn, and all she had, y'all, was a dream.
Come on.
She was a mom with a dream. Like, all right, I don't want to keep doing this.
Yeah.
I hate this life, but I love to cook. So my podcast represents real women, real stories, real lifetime, real what's going on. And you cannot come on my podcast if you're not going to be real.
Come on.
I don't send you questions ahead of time. I don't want no script. I want you to be on there straight up, telling the people how you doing it, how's life going, what you did to get here, and how you can help other women and encourage them. That's what the podcast is for. It's for a platform for women to hear stories from women who are just like them. And probably not in the same way, but in different ways.
Yeah.
So go follow
people are asking for you to write it. I'm gonna pin it. Write it down. The name of the podcast. I'll pin it. I'll also add it to the comments. After we're done. Normally what I do is once we edit this, those of you who watch the show, you know, I'll add it in there. People know what to look for, but you can share it now.
Yep. It's Ray_Nell_Jones podcast. Follow it on Instagram. And the link is in the bio to the podcast. It's on Spotify and also Apple. Also on all platforms. So that's where our podcast is. Make sure y'all tune in, y'all. It's really a good podcast. Our season 1 just ended. So season 2 is coming. And this one's going to be, you know what I want to do, Courtney? I'm interviewing some bartenders. I want to talk to the bartender. I want y'all to say how that bartender life is and how you were able to maneuver through life while being a mom and also a bartender and make extra money on the side while pursuing your dreams. Because I know a lot of bartenders who use the bartending side hustle to pursue their dream. Right. And I want them to encourage other women who are scared to hop into that life to dive right into it. Like, you know, and do it the right way. You know, some bartenders, they don't do it the right way, but I want to talk to some women who's actually doing it the right way. I want to talk to some women who are still living in a community and living in poverty. I want to talk to women who are victims of violent crime, meaning they lost a son or they lost a daughter or they lost a fiance to gun violence. You know, our podcast is this season 2 is going to be deep.
I am actually excited. I'm looking forward to being I've already kind of watched some while I was doing my research and my homework on you. So I'm excited for all that you're doing, all that you will do, because it's excellence. For me, it's all excellence. But before we wrap up, I would ask you to tell young women right now who are watching or will watch later what they should do if they are in the predicament you were in at a point in your life. How do they maneuver? How do they get through? How can they try their best to remain positive when everything around them is dark? When everything around them looks like it's going downhill? How do you stay motivated? What do you do? Give them some pointers.
Let me tell you something, and it sounds cliche. One of the things that my great-grandma taught me was when you don't have nobody there for you, like that time where I was sitting there by myself having those negative thoughts, and many a times where I just lost my whole family when I was having those negative thoughts of giving up. You got to hold on to God's unchanging hand.
Come on.
That hand will never change. As many hands that changed on you, as many hands that turn their back on you, as many times as things is not going right, I learned that when I hang on to his hand and I have that relationship, when I mean like, y'all, I'm not talking about praying when you need it. I mean, When you got a relationship with God, when you really can talk to him while you cussing, like, look, I'm fucked up, like, excuse my language. Like, I'm doing bad right now, Lord. Like, I know I messed up yesterday. Like, that's having a deep relationship. Like,
Yeah.
you don't need nobody else to talk to. When you talk
Come
to
on.
God, that's a powerful relationship. And being young in my 20s, I didn't realize that. But I do remember when I was sitting there holding that phone, I was saying, God, like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, what am I going to do? And I just had something in me saying, you got this. It's cool. Work through it. Any of y'all that's going through that right now, you got to really sit down and have a conversation with God and really do some self-observation. Because you didn't get there by just sitting there. You got there from your actions. So take some actions, but duplicate different actions to get you out of that situation while you're talking to God. Because what I don't do is baby foot. See, I got myself on that situation because I was not paying attention to life. And when you don't pay attention to life, you make the dumbest mistakes of your life.
Yeah.
They can cost you your life.
Yeah.
That will make you want to take your life because of the things that put you in the position that you're in. So do a lot of self-observation and hang on to God's unchanging hand. And I'm pretty sure things will navigate a lot differently for you.
And then just to add to that, you know, for those of you who sometimes can fall into shame, right? We serve a forgiving, a forever forgiving God, a forever loving God, a God of redemption and redeeming. So he provides you the opportunity to be able to start all over when you need to. He's not going to allow you to remain on a road that is full of rubble and turmoil and bumpy roads and you know, cracks and hills and valleys. He's going to allow your road to be smooth once you realize it is him. It is him whom you need. Nobody else. Nothing else. And he will send you the right people to direct you and guide you and keep you on path. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not easy. It's not easy at all. Like like you said, we've all been there. I have been in the lowest of lows, but when I called on God, guess what? He didn't fail. It may not have looked like what I wanted it to look like, but I can talk about it right now because I'm here.
Yes.
I'm here. You understand what I'm saying? So I am honored. I am thankful to have someone like you be on this show. Just let people know that no matter what, it's gonna be all right.
Yes.
If you trust him this much, it's gonna be all right. Because he said so. He said so. So we thank you, Nell Jones, for coming on the show today. You made the evening. Thank you so much for being here and just being a part of the community. You are now a part of the family. I promise you that much. You are a part of the Courtney's Corner family, and you can come back anytime you want. Thank you for being here so much.
Absolutely. I would love it. I love this conversation. And I really appreciate you being so authentic. It was so relaxing and comfortable. And I hope everybody enjoyed me. And Courtney, we got to do this again sometime.
Yes. You know, listen, now that we're in a family together, you just hit me up. We don't have to go through my PR. We don't got to go through my team. Just come directly to me.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Well, we love you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in, whether you watch now or you've caught the replay. And make sure you tune in to her podcast, Nell Jones podcast, as well as the talk show One-on-One with Courtney Starks every week throughout the entire summer. I love you for watching and have a good one.
See ya.